How you doing, kiddies? So this is sort of a more of a, test run, I guess. This is just sort of a an introduction to see if I could actually make this work. Yeah, so far so good. So yeah, I'm not gonna do too much tonight. Just getting started, but what I'll do is just give a little introduction. So what's up? Hey, my name is Dustin Adair. My company is Scary Robot. Let's see. Scary Robot's been in production for what? Since 2010, 8 years, doing mobile game development. It's basically me. Occasionally I'll freelance out some help on certain areas, but by and large, most of the stuff is me just sort of plugging away. I've released 5 games. I'm working on number 6, which I'll show a little bit here, Volley Village. Basically, let me explain. Basically, I consider myself 80% artist, 20% programmer. So what that means is that the art side is pretty much easy for me, but the coding side, yeah, I can get it done. But as you'll see, you know, you guys that the real coders, yeah, you're gonna laugh, right? No doubt. Yeah, you're gonna look at it and you're gonna go, you know, there's so many other ways you could do that. You know, there's so many things you could be doing that you're not doing, and guess what? You know, you're right. But you know, so what? I get the code out the door, you know, it works, so it works. You know, it's not the prettiest stuff, and normally I don't show this kind of stuff, you know, let you guys look under the hood, but yeah, you guys can pick it apart, and who knows, maybe you can train me in a couple things that I'm completely missing, but, you know, old dog, new tricks, we'll just have to see. Anyways, let's see. You know what, I'll just jump in here. So, the game I'm currently working on is called Volley Village. Sort of a hybrid Angry Birds meets Battleship with the kind of like some people think is a little tower defense kind of mixed in. The idea is that it'll be online cross-platform. Initially it'll be iOS and Android. Later on I'll do desktop as well. Online, local as well. And yeah, let me just give you a quick rundown. Tell you what, I'll go maximize. Fire this puppy up. So I've been working on this for, oh geez, technically I've been working on it for 3 years, but I also work as an animator. I've been doing animation for 20 years, and when I get animation jobs, I kind of back burner this stuff and go earn some real cash and then use that to subsidize the game development, which is why I'm still here. So Volley Village realistically probably has about 1.5 years worth of actual development time in there, but that's stretched over 3 years. If you guys ever go to Comic-Con in San Diego, you may have seen it. I actually set up shop there. So this is the same game that I've been trying to finish for 3 years now, but getting really close. I'll go over what things are still remaining, but the objective here is just to get it to open beta, let you guys play with it, and then see if it's all working, and then hopefully get it officially out the door for the world. But in the meantime, alright, so as I said, Angry Birds meets Battleship. What I'll do is I'll just start off with a little tutorial here. So yeah, this is your catapult. Here you go. Now, actually right now I have it set up on random. Traditionally you actually start off with an actual catapult. Right now I randomly chose the Cyclops character, but yeah, we'll let that slide for right now. So hit there. It's like, so you drag your finger to aim. Let's try it out. Let's hit the red target. So that's why I say it's like Angry Birds, because the targeting works just like Angry Birds, you know, where you drag your finger out, there's your distance, and there's your direction, right? So you get about halfway, fire it, boom, there you go, direct shot. So let's go over the rules. The force field protects your catapult. The village's bouncing buildings power the force field. So ultimately the objective is you're trying to hit all those bouncing buildings of your opponents, because that's what powers the force field. Knock those buildings out, force field goes away, you can hit the catapult, and it's game over. But it's not turn-based. I don't know, I guess I didn't mention that yet, but it's actually real-time, and that's where it gets a little more interesting. The fact that it's not just like fire and wait, it's actually fire and keep going, because they're going to be doing the same. And you're just, it's an out-and-out race to try and wipe the others' buildings and launch her out before they can do it to you. So, there you go. The force field drops if all the buildings, well, what I just said, then it hit the catapult, and it's game over, man. So, boom, there you go. Now, here is the AI demonstrating what it's like when you get hit right? Now, one of the features that I added is you can actually send out villagers to repair buildings. So I'm going to send out all 4, so it'll go faster. And once they're actually building, you see them working away there, you can actually tap this, right? And they'll actually repair faster. Now, the note goes by a little fast there, but what the note says is that the more guys you send out, the fewer you have left on the catapults. Like right now, I have no one there to reload my catapult because they're all out building, rebuilding the structure there. So, oh yeah, so the other thing too is target your opponent's sheep, corn, and hay to win more coins. Hit all your opponent's items and you'll double your winnings. So the way it works is when you play an online game, you're actually playing for coins. And the idea here is that you can just take out the buildings and then take out the forest field and you win. But if you do that, you only break even, right? So if you play for like 100 coins, you get your 100 coins back, but you didn't get any more. The more stuff you destroy on the side, right, the corn, the hay, and the sheep, the more coins you'll actually win. I added this because after some testing, I saw people would start falling behind and they just kind of throw their hands up and quit and say, I can't win, you know, and then fall behind and just never mind. So I came up with this idea that, okay, how do I keep them playing? So here now is like, even if I wipe the board, right, I knock out all your buildings and you haven't knocked out maybe like just 1 or 2 of mine, here's the thing, you know that I'm not going to go after your catapult, because I want to win more coins. So I'm going to start focusing on the secondary items, the corn, the hay, the sheep, and that kind of stuff, right? So while I'm doing that, getting greedy, trying to win more coins, that gives you an opportunity to crawl back into the match, knock out my buildings, and maybe steal the win from me. So you can do this come from behind victory, right? So that is just a trick that I use to try and make it so you don't ever have any lopsided gameplay, right? That hopefully you end up having matches where it ends up coming right down to the wire. So there you go. Yeah. Okay, and final thing is power-ups, right? As you can see, the little crate that pops up here, these power-ups come up randomly. Whoever shoots it first scores it for 15 seconds. So the first one I just went past, the green arrow, what that does is makes your guys speed up. It goes twice as fast for 15 seconds. So you can just, you know, reload, shoot. If they're running, they run faster. If they're rebuilding, they're rebuilding faster. The stop sign puts the opponents to sleep. So they take a snooze 15 seconds. It's kind of funny. So your opponents just sit there and watch helplessly while you're just wailing away. And then finally there's cloud, excuse me, fog bank. So you hit that and all your buildings are covered in fog. So it's great. For 15 seconds, they're just shooting randomly, right? So it's just a nice little challenge for them. All right, so that's it. And then I'll show you a little of the gameplay here. Tell you what, I'll actually turn on the audio here. There you go, so you can hear what the game actually sounds like in its current form. Boom. There you go. Yeah. You can see I've played this once or twice. Now, I'm going to be a little mischievous here. You can actually shoot them. Now, it won't kill them. It knocks them out, but you can see it actually resets their work, right? And then he's going to start going for this, but I'm going to get up before him. Boom. There you go. See, now they're knocked out. So at this point, he's sitting there helpless. If his catapult was reloaded, he could actually fire one last time. But once he fires that shot, he's got to wait until the villagers wake up again. You can see the little orc there just snoozing. And then the timer. The timer's broken. I gotta fix that. The timer pops up down there. Yeah, I know. That's on my to-do list. It should actually pop up underneath here. Oh, and that's wrong too. Yeah, I haven't touched the tutorial in a while, so there's a couple things I gotta clean up on the tutorial side. The GUI there is a little off, but there you go. So there's a cloud bank. You can see it's semi-transparent. I just do that so you can actually see it, but trust me, when you're actually playing an online game, you would actually be able to, I mean, it would be completely occluded. They would not be seeing it. If you play a 2-player game locally, then it actually just covers your buildings. But, you know, I figured there's no reason for you not to be able to see your buildings. Here you go. Here's another power up. There you go. So now you can watch. Actually, you see my reload meter over here on the side. You can see how it's going much, much faster now because I got the little power up. So at this point, like I said, I've knocked out all those buildings. So now I'm just trying to get greedy and knock out all these little secondary items. For this tutorial in 1-player mode, it doesn't mean as much, but if I was actually playing a real game, I would just be going to town on this so I could earn more money. There you go. And take out the corn. Like that, and then I'm going to finish them off. There it is. Game over. So that's it. That's a quick introduction to the gameplay, and that kind of shows you what the game is all about. Oh, in the end, you can see the sharks chase off the little villagers. They never catch them. Of course, I don't let them catch them because if they ate them, then my age rating would automatically go up higher. So they never catch them, you know, until they get off the screen. Then they catch them and probably eat them, but you know, we don't see that. So as I said before, it's Angry Birds meets Battleship, and I say that because you can actually customize the layout. So here's the Battleship element. You can actually drop the buildings wherever you want. This is randomized mode, which puts them wherever you want, or you can go clear, and you can do them manually one by one, right? Oh, and then actually that's the gun tower. Yeah, I'll show you that. So the gun tower, what I do is I limit the gun tower to only these back four, and the reason I do that is twofold. One is because I don't want you to put it like in the corner over here and then make it so you physically can't reach some buildings, right? Then you could like totally hose yourself. Two, I don't want you to put the gun like right here in the front, like right there, right? And then you could just like take the little building and hide it behind there, so the force field would make it impossible to hit that. That wouldn't be too fair. So as a result, I make it so the gun tower is forced to be put in one of these four spots, just to make sure that it's fair for you and it's also fair for whoever you're playing. So just randomize, here we go. And at any point, once you've dropped all the pieces, if I have one missing and I try and save, it'll let me know that I haven't put all the pieces in place first. But once they're in place, hit random. Dude, there's a good one. Hit save, hit an empty slot, boom. And now you can actually see the layout matches that layout that I just did. So if you see, like, I have like this little tower here in the corner, and you have like this guy, we see these guys here. So if I come back, there you go, you can see them all in that same spot now. And then if I go into a match, I'll show you the two-player, as I was saying before. Single-player mode, you have that vertical layout. This one, because you're actually playing two players at the same time on the same device, you'd actually have it side by side. So there you go. But as you can see, the layout matches what I just did there just a couple minutes ago, just a second ago rather. There you go. So that's the two-player mode. Pretty much the same thing, just the angle that changes. I also do a little trick where I space it out depending upon the screen size. I only do this for the two-player game because I don't want that to be an offset on an online game, because it would change the values. But for two-player local, boom, it actually kind of stretches it out. So if you have a super wide monitor, puts out more space. So there you go. Excuse me. So that, in a brief nutshell, that is Volley Village. What I have, yeah, actually I have leaderboard, and yeah, another bug there. I gotta fix that one too. Put it back on mute. So just simplistic stuff here for the settings. The customize, as I showed you before, the edit layout does work now. Select icon is on my to-do list, as well as select launcher. Those are the key things that I'm still working on. Select villagers actually is close to being done. So the idea is that you start off with just the regular little warrior guy, and then you earn coins and unlock the other characters. As you see, the performance difference isn't really significant. I'm not making a pay-to-win game. Those things drive me nuts. So this is actually much more of a balanced, kind of nuanced thing. You will see slight performance increase, but it's going to be super minor. It's mainly just to have something for you to build up on. And you know, I mean, the different things like the wizard, you know, if he gets hit, the wizard just kind of waves his wand and kind of brushes it off, you know. So there's just something for you to work towards and unlock. And then ultimately I'll have entirely different island themes, but on the initial release I'm just going to do this first island because, once again, one-man team and this stuff takes forever. Especially considering this is even though this is my 6th game that I've worked on, this is the first game that I've worked on that actually is like online multiplayer. I hit all the buttons that I hadn't dealt with before, so a lot of learning curve, which thankfully after all this time I'm pretty much over, but it's still taking forever. So, and then icons, that'd be another thing. You can actually personalize it through the gameplay. You'll get unlocked icons, and then you can just sort of like have your little character. And let's see. And then so coins, that's of course, I mean, it's going to be free to play game, and I got to make money somehow. So the idea is that if you run out of coins, you could do the traditional here, you know, every hour I give you some free coins. Here's an offer wall, and here is a video where you can get 25 free coins just by watching a quick video. If you want to actually purchase coins, I've got that set up as well. You know, that works for just regular coin purchase, and then gems. Gems will actually come into play in terms of unlocking the launchers. You know, as I said, initially you get the catapult. Let's see if I can get a catapult to pop up here. Nope. Nope. That's the Krakens. 2 Krakens popped up there. Let me try one more time. It's like I said, right now, because I got in test mode, it's just randomizing. And there we go. There's a catapult. There we go. So now we got our dragon character wearing a nice red shirt there versus the catapult. So the catapult is what you get by default. That's what, when you start the game, you just get yourself a nice little catapult. Works fine. It's not going to change gameplay when you get these other characters. It's more of a cosmetic thing. You will get a coin boost, so I give you a reward for actually getting the characters. It won't actually make him go faster. It won't make him fire faster or fire more accurately or do more damage. It's going to be cosmetic because, once again, you know, as I said, I don't like pay-to-win games. I don't play them, and I'm not going to make one. So it's mainly just for cosmetics, but also a bonus for you. So if you unlock one of these characters, I still haven't quite nailed on the numbers, but it's just for every time you play an online random match, you'll actually win more coins than if you just use the standard launcher. So there you go. So that's that's pretty much a quick rundown. As I was just showing you, the big things still remaining to work on include being able to select your launchers and, of course, unlock them, you know, with the gems. The icons as well. I need to actually generate all those icons, so I gotta take the characters and pose them and render them out, so you have all these cute little characters to you know, different expressions and all that kind of stuff. So that's gonna be a chunk of work, but I haven't quite tackled that one yet. So that's it. That's pretty much it in a nutshell, just to give you guys a quick rundown. Like I said, this is my first stab at this, so I still got a lot of learning to do. I'm learning probably a lot of things what not to do, and I will, you know, adjust accordingly. But basically, I'm gonna try and do my first proper dev stream tomorrow. I'm gonna do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm not sure where you are in the world, but for me, PST is everything. I'm actually located in Las Vegas, Nevada, here in Sin City, which actually the strip is about 7 miles that way, but you know, I'm a little further out. But so yeah, if you guys want to check it out, come join me. Like I said, I'll start at 10 a.m. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna go. I don't know. It depends on if everyone's joining in, talking, looking, finds it interesting, or if I just get too frustrated that I need to stop. But we'll see. I mean, I showed you I still got a bunch to work on, getting closer, and you guys can watch the progress and offer your thoughts as I go along. And also, obviously, once I start showing you code, you guys can offer lots of thoughts, because I know most of you guys are real coders, 20% coder, so you can fill me in on all the things I'm doing completely wrong. Okay? All right. So yeah, I think I'll call it quits right there. You guys have a good night, day, whatever you are in the world, and I will start this up again tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and we'll see where we go from there. All right. Adios, folks. Bye.